contestant number 1, Amy Overington. Amy Overington, contestant number 1.
Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters. Today, Graham asked us a question. Where are you in your moment of time? Let's analyse his speech to look at why we should take up his invitation to ask that of ourselves. Why was he convincing? First of all, his use of structure. He followed a chronological structure for his speech, following the past, the present, the future, and wrapping that around stories involving himself. This chronological structure makes sense. It's an easy to follow structure. So I commend him on using a structure like that for this speech. However, I do have a couple of recommendations around the stories within his structure. I felt it was very good to use personal stories, but I'd encourage him to really make us feel that emotion. He spoke about missing the bedtime stories of his children. Show us how sad that was. Describe how he felt. Perhaps describe with a contrast how it could have been. What exactly does he feel that he missed, and how does that make him feel? Similarly, the effects of his former abrasive attitude. What was the outcome? Describe that to us. I felt like I was wanting more. Why do I think this would be useful? Because it would give the impression on the audience would be to make us believe in his message, to make us think this is really a person worth listening to on this message. But his delivery was excellent. He had great eye contact with the camera. That gives a connection to the audience, and that's something that's really important, especially in a virtual environment, to get that connection. Without a connection, it's impossible to get the message across. I like the way that he also added interest using his delivery by using gestures to indicate contrast, one side and then the other side, by using gestures to indicate things like the shattering of the clock, not overacting, but just giving us that indication, the taking off of the jacket and the tie, illustrating the points that he was making. I also liked his use of voice, the long pause when everything just stopped, and his clarity of diction. In summary, his structure was easy to follow. I recommend that he build up the stories more, make us feel, but his delivery gave connection with the audience and added interest. He asked us about time. In my opinion, this 7 minutes was a great use of the audience's time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amy.